Magandang araw, mga kalagalag. Ito na naman po ang inyong lagalag na guro. At sa araw na ito, ang ating pag-aaralan ay factoring polynomials in trinomial terms. So, our goal is to factor polynomial that is not a perfect square. Previously, pinag-aralan po natin ang factoring ng mga perfect squares and perfect cubes. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, what is a polynomial? A polynomial is made of two terms, namely poly, meaning many, and nominal, meaning terms. So, a polynomial is defined as an expression which is composed of variables, constants, and exponents that are combined using mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, what else? So, what are the constants? So, example ng mga constant natin, these are numbers. Okay, real numbers. So, 1, 2, 3, etc. It can be negative also. Okay, so negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on and so forth. How about variables? So, variables are letters, small letters, represented by small letters. Okay, sometimes, mostly small letters, but of course, you can use big letters also. But most of the time, in mathematics, it is expressed in small letters. Okay, so G, H, X, Y. Commonly, we use X and Y, but we can use all the letters in the alphabet. So, how about exponents? Example, 5 in x to the fifth, etc. X squared is exponent is 2. X cubed, the exponent is 3. Of course, we can use any other letters. A cubed, the exponent is 3. A to the fourth, the exponent is 4, and so on and so forth. So how about degree of a polynomial? How will you determine the degree of your polynomial or your terms? So constant or zero polynomial if there is no letter. Okay? So for example, so 9. So it has no letter beside it or no literal coefficient, therefore the degree is 0. So how about linear polynomial? So 3x. So the exponent of x is 1, therefore your degree is 1. So 2b squared plus 23b plus 1 is a quadratic polynomial, and the highest exponent is 2, therefore your degree is 2. So you have 4y cubed plus 3y squared plus 81y plus 1. This is a cubic polynomial, and your highest exponent is 3, therefore your degree is 3. Whatever is your highest exponent, that is your degree. Okay? That is your degree. So how about quartic polynomial? Quartic polynomial has a degree of 4. So for example, 6a to the fourth plus 2a cubed plus 5a squared plus 4a plus 5. Okay? So questions? If you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. You can write your question our comment box, and I will be very happy to answer your question. Okay, so example. More examples about degree. So 23x, you have the exponent here is 1, so therefore your degree is 1. So negative 8 is a constant, therefore the degree is 0. A number is a constant when there is no letter beside it. Okay? Pag wala pong katabing letter, that is a constant. So the degree, therefore, is 0. So you have a to the fourth plus 2a cubed plus 5a squared plus a plus 6. So the highest exponent is 4, therefore the degree is 4. So 4y squared plus 3y plus 1, the highest exponent is 2, therefore the degree is 2. 2a cubed plus 5a squared plus 4a plus 5, the highest exponent is 3, therefore the degree is 3. Okay? So let's proceed to factoring polynomials. So what I have discussed a while ago are just introduction, or basically the concepts that you need here. So what we are done discussing perfect squares and perfect cubes. Therefore, factoring perfect squares and perfect cube. So now we are going to factor polynomials that has value where a is equal to 1. Where is a in our expression? Y squared plus 7y plus 12. In here, a is here. Your a is always the numerical coefficient of your highest exponent. In a trinomial term, that is the numerical coefficient wherein the exponent is 2. So this is your A, 7 is your B, and C is your constant. Okay? C is your constant. So, ganun po yun. So, this is your A, therefore, nothing is written beside it. So, that is understood 1. Right? So, that is understood 1. When A is understood 1, you use reverse FOIL. So, remember, you review our FOIL method or trial and error. Pero, I will be teaching you some techniques. So, by simply looking at it. So, minsan may mga madadali, minsan you need to trial and error talaga. Pero this time, our example here is quite easy. So, y squared, of course, y na po yun. Y times y na. So, ganito nyo po siya gagawin. You write this. Ma'am, how will I determine the operations if they are both positive or they are both negative or either positive or negative? I mean, the operation is subtraction, addition or subtraction. Tatlo lang naman po yan eh. They are both positive, they are both negative, or they are either positive here or negative here, or addition here, subtraction here. Okay, so when is that? Kailan nyo yun malalaman? If the operation in your last term is positive, ito po yung una. If the operation here is positive and the operation here is also positive, they are both addition. Okay, take note of that. If your middle term is negative and your operation here is positive, that is both negative. That is both negative. Okay? So, because negative times negative is positive. And the last term, if your operation here is negative, the operation in your middle term is either positive or negative. The operation in your factors is either positive din po or negative, or addition and subtraction, vice versa. So, one is addition, one is subtraction. So, tatlo lang po itatandaan nyo. Okay, so in here we have positive, positive. Therefore, it's positive. So, how will you determine the factors or the numbers that you are going to put here? So, think of the factors that will give you an answer of 12. So, what are those? So, usually, siyempre, alam niyo na po yung mga factors ng 12. 1 and 12, kasi 1 times 12 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12, rather. And 4 and 3 or 3 or 4. So, ano pong gagawin nyo? So, when you write, you trial and error talaga. You write 1 and 12 here. You try to add. You try to combine. That is, multiply nyo lang po yung dalawa. So, that is 1y, di ba? Tapos, dito is 12y. Then, you add. Your middle term will be 13y, right? 13y. And that is not 7y. So, therefore, 1 and 12 is wrong. So, when you put 4 and 3, 4 and 3, lagay nyo po yung 4 and 3. You add, you multiply it. That is 4y. This is 3y. Then you add them. Your middle term is 7. Then you multiply 4 and 3, that is 12. So, your answer, therefore, is y plus 4 times y plus 3. Is that good? Okay po ba? Okay po ba yon? Nakuha nyo po? So, dito po, kita nyo, you will know your middle term is just the sum of 4y and 3y. So, how will you get 4y and 3y? You just multiply it. Multiply it. This is 4y, this is 3y, then you add them, that is 7y. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay? So, let's try more example. Hanap po tayo ng okay? So, I will give you examples po. Okay, so x squared minus, so 5x plus 6. Okay? So what do you think are the factors of x squared 5x plus 6? So first step is to write this one. Sulat po kayo ng ganito muna. Okay? So this is positive, this is negative. As I've told you a while ago, if this is positive, this is negative, your operation in your both factors is negative. It's because negative times negative will give you positive. So what is the next step? What are the factors that will give you positive 6? 1 and 6, right? And 2 and 3. So one way din po para makuha niyo yung sagot na sinasabi ko, when you factor, you get their sum. You get their sum. 2 plus 3 is what? Di ba 5? 1 plus 6 is 7. So, your answer is 2 and 3. Okay, of course, this is x. This is x. Kuha po. Okay? Kuha po. Okay? Additional problem po. Gamitin natin, sulitin natin si x. Okay. So, this one. Ano naman po yan? So, first things first, sulat po muna natin yung problem na to. Okay? So, this is negative, this is negative. When this is negative and this is either negative or positive, addition and subtraction po yan. Understood na yun. Pag negative to. Pag negative to, opposite sila. So, write x kasi x squared na yan. Okay? So, you think of the factors of 11. And that is, isa lang po, di ba? 1 and 11 lang. So, your problem now is, where will you put 11 and where will you put 1? Right? Where will you put 11 and where will you put 1? Kasi pareha sila eh. So, isa lang yan. It's either dito, dito. So, when you see this is negative, okay, you put 11 in the negative sign. Yung mas mataas po. So, this is 1. So, when you add that, actually, pwede nyo ring 11 dahil unlike sign siya, di ba? Unlike sign siya, negative 11 plus 1 is negative 10. So, this is positive x, this is negative 11x. You add them, it's negative 10x. So, that is the factor. Okay? So, kuha po. So, one more. So, taasan natin ng konti. Ito po, medyo mahaba yung factor, pero dun tayo sa factor lang agad niya. Okay? So, how about that? Paano po yan? So, again, ganito lang. Sulat lang po kayo na to. Remember, this is a process. Kailangan po matuto tayong mag-process. So, remember how will you get the first term here, your first term here? You just get the square root of this. So, similarly with this, you get the square root, that is x. Okay, the square root of x squared is x squared. X to the fourth, rather, is x squared. Of course, you can still factor this later on, pero doon lang tayo sa dalawang naunang factors lang. Okay? So, this is negative, this is negative. Again, ang sabi ko nga, if this is negative, ang operation po natin is opposite. Right? Okay po? So, ano pong kasunod niyan? Paano po natin to gagawin? So, you think of the factors of 12. Okay? So, again, ano po yung mga factors ng 12? 12 and 1, 1 and 12, right? Right? Tama po ba? 6 and 2, 2 and 6, 4 and 3, right? 4 and 3, or saka 3 and 4. So from there, you look at the numbers that when you subtract, since opposite tayo, when you subtract will give you an answer of 4. In any position will give you an exact answer of 4. Of course, you will eliminate 4 and 3, 3 and 4, because when you subtract them, it's 1, positive or negative, it's 1 still. This is negative 11 or positive 11, so therefore you eliminate this. Babagsak po kayo sa 6 and 2 and 2 and 6. So ang tanong, which one will you put in the negative sign? Okay, since here is negative here. Okay, the highest number will be your negative operation. So how will you check that your answer is correct in your middle term? You multiply this. This is negative 6x squared rather. This you multiply this is 2x squared. So plus, you add them is negative 4x squared. Okay, so we have series of examples in our and there's another discussion about this. So I will cut this, and we will continue problem solving later on. Okay? Okay, so here are my references. So I will be putting this in our description box, so you can click it and answer more problems and examples. Okay? So, and that's it. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit our notification bell. So every time I uploaded a video, you will be reminded. And please also share it, especially to high school students. So I have here a picture again. So this is taken in Laiban, Rizal. So someday, if you have time, you visit our country again in your return. So you try to climb mountains in Rizal. So thank you and mabuhay!